A man just got 20 years for shooting a woman in Cole County.
A trail of crimes lead up to the death of Cameron Carruthers.
And high housing demand is driving a building boom in Ashland. KOMU-8 News at 6 starts now. A Cole County man will serve 20 years in prison for holding a woman captive and shooting her. Good evening, Mid-Missouri. I'm Landon Burke.
And I'm Jordan Berger. Jerry Gill received his sentence earlier today at the Cole County Courthouse. KOMU-8's Meg Hilling is live now with the details on the court's decision. Meg?
That's right. Gill will serve time for a conviction of domestic assault, armed criminal assault, as well as robbery. Now, in November of 2016, Gill held his then-girlfriend, Teresa Malaro, captive in his car for 2 days in an effort to keep her from leaving him. Now, at the time, he let her out at one point to use the restroom, and when she refused to get back in the car, he shot her in the arm. People standing by saw this and saw him then run from the scene. Now, during his sentencing hearing today, Gill expressed frustrations with his actions. In addition, Malaro also testified on his behalf. Here's what they both had to say. Gill said, quote, "I understand there will be consequences for my actions and the mistakes I've made." Malaro said, quote, "I don't think he should get that long." At this time, it is unclear where Gill will be serving out his sentencing. Reporting live in Jefferson City, Meg Hilling, KOMU-8 News.
Here's a look at what's happening right now. A vigil for Cameron Carruthers is being set up in Cosmo Park. Carruthers was shot and killed on May 22nd. KOMU-8's Evan Lockman is live at the park. Evan, what are we expecting to see tonight?
Just behind me, friends of Carruthers are gathering for a celebration of life, followed by a vigil tonight around 9 p.m. Now, Carruthers was 28 years old. He was an Army vet and also a graduate of Hickman High School. There's been a lot of controversy surrounding his death, including the fact that the suspected shooter is not behind bars. KOMU-8's James Packard and Target 8 Chief Investigator Jamie Gray have been looking into this. James joins us in the studio now with more about Ricky Gurley. James?
So ever since our first story on the shooting late last month, we've been pouring through court documents related to Ricky Gurley. What we found is disturbing, but police aren't saying if they're ready to arrest Gurley, even as people accuse him of being a danger to the public.
There's a reason why the police aren't doing so.
I think that it would be very preemptive to say that it's not being followed up on. I don't think that that would be an appropriate statement to make.
Felon with a firearm, how is he not in jail?
This is Ricky Gurley, and these are the people who want him behind bars.
He's kind of a psychopath.
People like Mike Francis accuse Ricky Gurley of shooting and killing this man, Cameron Carruthers, late last month. But he hasn't been arrested.
You know, investigations take time.
It all started on May 22nd at Gurley's house where Carruthers had been living with his girlfriend. Friends say Carruthers and his girlfriend had been fighting. At some point, Carruthers left, but came back, angering Gurley.
Cameron and him were arguing, and Rick had pulled a shotgun out. You know, he had his hands in the air and said, "What are you going to do? You going to shoot me, Rick?"
And according to friends,
he shot him.
Gurley's lawyer spoke with me a few days after the shooting.
I believe the use of force was justified. There had been ample communication and requests to leave the premises.
But since that conversation, we've obtained extensive documentation of Gurley's long and often bizarre criminal behavior.
This guy is a nuisance to the public. He's disgusting.
Gurley touts himself as a private investigator in Columbia, but he himself has a lengthy list of crimes under his belt. He served 4 months in North Carolina for felonious restraint, larceny, and other charges. And courts in the state have him on the books for accusations of assault with a gun, making harassing phone calls, breaking and entering, operating as an unlicensed bondsman, and more. And accusations from people in Missouri fit that picture. At least 3 people have signed sworn affidavits that Gurley has at least one gun. Since he's a felon, that would be illegal. Police records show that officers have been called to Gurley's house between 1 and 4 times each year since 2010. But so far this year, they've been called 20 times, 7 before the shooting. And since running our first story, numerous people have reached out to KOMU-8 to tell us Gurley threatened them. A protection order from 2013 details Gurley stalking and abusing one woman he later wrote about on his blog. At one point, she says Gurley called her 13-year-old son's phone and said, quote, "You're gonna die broke," followed by an expletive.
This man needs to be arrested.
Also detailed in court documents, emails strewn with harassing, lewd language and vague threats. All of it before the May 22nd altercation that left 28-year-old Cameron Carruthers dead.
I feel like this could have been prevented if he had already been in jail.
Francis says he worries the police are trying to build a bigger case against Gurley than a gun charge, and in the meantime, he believes a dangerous man is on the streets.
If anybody else would have done this, yeah, cool, build a case on it, knock him up for murder. But this guy, stick him in a cell.
Rick Gurley's really the only one that I think was at fault in this.
This will not go away. This will not be swept under the rug, and we will get to the bottom of this.
I reached out to Gurley's lawyer today and yesterday. So far, I have not been able to get a hold of him.
That was KOMU-8's James Packard reporting. To read more of our Target 8 investigation and our coverage of this case since the shooting, you can visit our website at KOMU.com. And if you have anything that you think needs to be investigated, you can submit a tip by emailing us, target8@KOMU.com. Well, today was sunny and dry, but Tori says that might change. Let's send it over to her to find out if rain is on its way.
Hey, thanks a lot. We do have 2 more opportunities for actually some fairly strong showers and thunderstorms on the way for this upcoming weekend. In the meantime, though, if we take a look at our live Doppler 8 First Alert radar, at least at this point, our skies are very clear and very dry temperature-wise. We were just a little bit cooler than yesterday. Probably felt about the same, though. Right now, temperatures out your door still hanging around the upper 80s and lower 90s. It's 87 for Columbia, Fulton, and Mexico. 90 degrees right now in Marshall and Boonville, with dew points still back into the 60s and 70s across the area. A lot of us at least feel like the lower 90s. So if you have any outdoor plans this evening, still going to feel very warm and very muggy, but at least things are going to be dry at least until about the midnight hour tonight. That's going to be our first round of showers and thunderstorms. We have another one on the way, as well as a very big warm up and a big cool down in store. I'll track those temperatures hour by hour throughout the rest of the weekend and let you know what you can expect for the first full week of summer. That's coming up in a few minutes.
A mid-Missouri community is seeing an increase in new neighborhoods as builders flock to buy lots. KOMU-8's Lydia Nussbaum tells us what's behind the demand in new homes.
Building, building, and more building. That is the sound of construction in a new Ashland neighborhood after builders noticed a high demand for houses in the area. Bill Martin is a developer for a new neighborhood called Liberty Landing. He says the lots have been selling
extremely fast. We got the streets done in phase 1 in May of last year. It sold out before the end of the year. We got these lots in phase 2 done in February of this year. We've already sold half of those.
This came as a surprise to Ashland officials who say they didn't plan to issue so many building permits.
So our expectation was 65, and we almost doubled that.
Wolford says the city has issued nearly 100 building permits in the past year. Martin says there are many factors that play into a high demand for homes in Ashland.
The schools are great, and it's just a kind of a bedroom community.
Well, any additional residential base gives local businesses the option to grow and maintain what they need so that they can stay open. So all that works together.
But the city is hoping the growth will do more than just help local businesses.
Other commercial businesses see the activity and then they develop an interest in it. Well, maybe the city could support whatever commercial base they can bring to us.
Wolford says the more businesses and dining options available to residents means less people traveling out of town and more dollars staying in the area. Lydia Nussbaum at KOMU-8 News, Ashland.
To learn more about why people are moving to Ashland, go to our website, KOMU.com.
MU is closing down a Columbia bed and breakfast due to budget cuts. The Gathering Place will close in December. The bed and breakfast was a business, but it was also a way for the university to train hospitality management students. Missouri expects to save about $150,000 annually by shutting it down.
It's one of the hottest shows this summer, and Missourians will get a front seat. Coming up, why NASA wants in on the action.
Track storms wherever you are. Download the free KOMU-8 Weather and Traffic app for your phone and tablet.
The internet revolutionized how talent's discovered. And now we're revolutionizing the way you get internet. Introducing CenturyLink, price for life. Get any speed up to 25 megs for $45 a month and keep that price year after year. No hidden fees, no contract. Finally, an internet price you can count on. Speed may not be available in your area. CenturyLink, your link to what's next.
I'm Landon Burke with KOMU-8, and we are proud to present the City of Columbia's 65th annual 4th of July Fire in the Sky celebration. Join us starting at 6:30 for activities, food trucks, and live music. Fireworks start at 9:15.
Closed captioning during KOMU-8 News is brought to you by Mawkins.com. Shop thousands of vehicles on sale.
Hy-Vee has everything you need for a backyard barbecue for Dad. Hy-Vee Angus Reserve Sirloin Steak, $3.99 a pound. Mix and match from the Hy-Vee Meat Department, 5 for just $10. Pick up Hy-Vee Sliced Bacon, just $2.99. Perfect for topping your burgers. Hy-Vee Special Recipe Brats are 10 for $10. And Bakery Fresh Buns are only $2.49. Don't feel like cooking? Pick up Hickory House Ribs. Full slabs are 2 for $20. Make Father's Day a great day with Hy-Vee.
Count on KOMU-8 News today. What happened overnight? What's happening right now? And how the weather may change to affect your day. Plus traffic information for your morning commute. KOMU-8 News today. Morning news coverage you can count on.
Everyone has got a dream. You know what I mean?
Hey, is this our turn? Honey, our turn?
Yeah, we go left right here.
Great adventures are still out there. We'll find them in our Subaru Outback.
Love, it's what makes a Subaru a Subaru.
University Subaru. From here, been here, always will be here.
The First Alert Weather Cam is brought to you by the law firm of Harper, Evans, Wade, and Nettemeyer. We will fight for you.
Welcome back to KOMU-8 News at 6. We're starting off with a live look over Les Bourgeois and the Rocheport area. Finally, a lot of sunshine out there. Has been a fairly warm and muggy start to our weekend so far. We saw top temperatures on your Friday right around 88 degrees, low of 70, so a little bit above average, although we have been just a teeny bit cooler than we've been seeing the past several days. That is not going to be the case come Saturday, with both temperatures and dew points on the rise for your Saturday afternoon. It looks like folks from Columbia, Jefferson City, and off to the east are going to kind of be hanging around the upper 90s as far as heat indices go. But from Boonville, Versailles, the Lake of the Ozarks, and off to the west, some folks could see anywhere from 100 to 110 degree feels like temperatures tomorrow. So, of course, with that, we have our first excessive heat advisory of the season. That's going to be in effect from tomorrow morning through about 7 o'clock on your Saturday. That includes Saline, Cooper, Miller, Camden counties, and then, of course, all of those folks off to the west as well. So with that, if you do have any outdoor plans tomorrow, things you need to get done, please make sure you're taking those frequent breaks indoors, drinking water, and then, of course, checking up on your pets and if you have elderly neighbors and things like that. Right now, here's a look at your satellite and radar. We did see a few isolated storms popping up closer to the St. Louis area, but for us here at home, still hanging on to a fairly clear sky. That's not going to be the case later on this evening, but if you do have evening plans tonight, I think at least for the next several hours, if we take a look at 8:30, our skies should remain mainly clear. Still, again, very warm and muggy with temperatures kind of hanging around the upper 70s and low 80s. We are tracking 2 rounds of storms for this upcoming weekend. The first one arrives a little bit closer to the midnight hour tonight. That's going to be for some of our northwestern counties in mid-Missouri. It's going to work its way down to the southeast actually fairly quickly through our evening hours tonight. I think it looks like mainly if we take a look at 9:30 on Saturday, maybe a couple of isolated showers linger into our morning hours, but for the most part, it is an overnight system. I think some of those storms could be fairly strong to severe with both damaging wind and hail certainly possible. But the good news is we're not looking at a tornado threat for later on this evening. So some good news there. Our skies are going to be mainly clear and dry throughout the day on Saturday. Of course, it is going to be a hot and humid one with high temperatures back into the middle 90s. Here's that second wave, though. It's going to be any time after about the 8 o'clock hour on Saturday evening. Again, this is for some of our northern counties in mid-Missouri. I think this round of showers and storms becomes a little bit more isolated. They're going to break apart a little bit as they make their way south in and out of the area by early Sunday morning on your Father's Day. And, of course, behind that cold front, we're tracking much cooler temperatures and much drier air. So it looks like Sunday afternoon is probably going to be the pick day of our upcoming weekend. So for tonight, we are just partly cloudy, a little bit warm and muggy. Overnight low temperatures drop to about 72 degrees. That warm up is on the way for tomorrow. We'll see a high near 94. And again, heat indices anywhere from 105 to 110 in some spots. So make sure you're staying cool for at least the first half of the weekend. After Sunday, things aren't really going to be too bad. We should be hanging around the middle and lower 80s 60s for at least the first half of the work week next week.
I'm bracing for impact on Saturday. You said rain in the morning and then 94 in the afternoon.
Yeah, that mugginess.
We're going to get a little bit of everything that day.
Yeah, it's true. Stay inside
for a better
tomorrow.
Father's Day, though.
Yeah, there you go. Good.
All right, Tori, thank you. In August, Missouri will experience a total solar eclipse.
Coming up next, why NASA has picked Jefferson City to help capture the show.
Hit a grand slam during the Summers on Us sales event at Kia of Columbia with no payment till 2018 and 0% financing for 66 months. That means summer vacation, back to school, Thanksgiving, and Christmas are all on us. No payments till January on every new Forte, Sorrento, Optima, and Soul in our inventory, and no interest for over 5 years. Don't strike out. Hit us a grand slam today at Kia of Columbia. We want to see you in a Kia.
There's something all new all summer, Thursday on NBC.
This feels right. Is this okay for you?
First, it's two-time Emmy winner Hollywood Game Night, where Hollywood's biggest celebrities let it all out.
It's time to get in my pants.
Then, an all-new season of TV's addictive hit, The Wall.
This is going to be the ball that changes our lives.
And the anticipated return of The Night Shift.
I'm a doctor. I can make things better.
Starting this week, Thursdays are all new, all summer on NBC.
This is the KOMU-8 Cares Calendar.
The Hello Baby Expo is Saturday at the Holiday Inn Executive Center and will feature vendors and information for new and expecting moms and dads. And the Concerts in the Garden series continues on Sunday in Shelter Gardens with a performance by the Missouri Symphony Orchestra.
This KOMU-8 Cares Calendar is brought to you by Bob McCaw Chevrolet, a KOMU-8 caring company. The KOMU-8 iPhone and Android News app is brought to you by University Subaru. Download yours today.
Hey, look at Lester. Remember that old clunker he'd take out cow tipping?
Yep, it'd break down and he'd call us.
Breaker 19, Leadfoot and Math Man. Are you out there?
Lester always said we ought to get in the car business and help people.
Glad we did.
Choose Capital Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram during the Drive and Discover event going on now. Get a new car from the guys you know.
Home is more than just a place to live. It's a place where you reminisce and share some laughs. Home is a place full of fun memories and lasting friendships. There's nothing better than home. The Terrace, where people love to live.
Mid-Missourians will be able to witness a total solar eclipse in August, but some cities are getting a one-of-a-kind type of coverage. KOMU-8's Austin Howard is live in our studio to tell us how Jefferson City will have a unique experience during this monumental occasion.
NASA has named Jefferson City one of 7 cities to broadcast the solar eclipse on NASA TV in August. While the location of the broadcast is not yet set in stone, the Jefferson City Convention and Visitors Bureau is considering in between the Capitol and Supreme Court buildings. The broadcast will include solar eclipse coverage from former NASA astronaut and Springfield native Dr. Janet Kavandi. Local store owner and Jefferson City resident Tanya Langford says the total solar eclipse will bring the community together.
This is a proud town, and I think it's a very family-oriented town, so I think that this is something that is also bringing people together with their children and family, and everybody's been chatting about it, so everyone's very excited.
The other cities NASA chose for the broadcast include Portland, Oregon, Carbondale, Illinois, and Charleston, South Carolina. Another fun fact about the eclipse, NASA is about to interview an expert about it. It's a familiar face. Former morning show meteorologist Eric Aldridge. Reporting from the studio, Austin Howard, KOMU-8 News.
Thank you, Austin. Eric Aldridge cannot keep those cameras away from him. They keep following him.
Well, the Cardinals are making history, but not the good kind.
I'll tell you what Grover Cleveland has to do with it next in our Sportscast.
If you've been injured in an accident anywhere in Missouri, call Tolbert Beetle on the Hurt Line right now.
Let's talk about your satellite and DSL. Can't get a decent Wi-Fi signal in the kitchen? How about on your TV? No. Network error? Can't load? You need an extreme upgrade, the entertainment system that's all in one. Enjoy the power of TiVo and internet up to 200 meg with matching Wi-Fi.
Stop searching for a signal. Call today.
First State Community Bank is proud to announce we're growing again.
You may not know First State Community Bank, but you do know us.
We've been here for years. We're your neighbors, your friends, and we're still here.
We're excited to join the First State Community Bank family and continue to serve the communities we love.
We are a Missouri bank. We could have chose to grow anywhere, but we chose here.
First State Community Bank. Success starts here.
And here.
And here.
And here.
Tonight's primetime lineup on KOMU-8 and Mid-Missouri CW is brought to you by your Heart of Missouri Chevy dealers. Find new roads.
So why choose Joe Mawkins Ford? How about expertise? 47 years in the making, an undeniable history of truck know-how. What began in 1969 turned into the #1 volume Ford dealer in the state and has continued for the last 20 years. With the largest inventory in the state and a 98% customer satisfaction rate. Simply put, Mawkins knows Ford in Columbia and Jefferson City and at JoeMawkinsFord.com.
Hi guys, welcome to Basic Car Maintenance. Let's get started.
We got a message.
With OnStar Vehicle Diagnostics, you get a monthly email that updates you on the health and well-being of your Chevy.
You diagnose the vehicle and check it all.
So we're done? That's awesome. I don't need a boyfriend anymore.
Nope, just head to Chevrolet Certified Service.
Take advantage of our AC Delco brake special by getting brake maintenance for only $109.95 per axle and a 30-day tire price match guarantee. Visit your Heart of Missouri Chevy dealers.
Long live the trucks that honor the past, with a class-exclusive air suspension that can tackle the toughest terrain, and a load-leveling rear suspension to shoulder the weight. One drive and you'll discover why Ram trucks are America's longest-lasting pickups. See for yourself at the Ram Drive and Discover event.
Now get a low-mileage lease on the 2017 Ram 1500 Express Quad Cab 4x4 for $199 a month.
Now, from the Ford Sports Desk, KOMU-8 Sports.
The St. Louis Cardinals made team history last night, but not the good kind. So far this year, they've lost 16 games where they've held a multiple-run lead at some point. Now, I didn't even know they kept these kinds of stats in the 1800s, but according to Elias Sports, that's more blown leads than any Cards team has had since 1895. That's back when good old Grover Cleveland was president. So the Redbirds are hoping to turn things around tonight in Baltimore. Now, Carlos Martinez takes the mound coming off his first complete game last week, but the guy to keep an eye on is Matt Carpenter. In the leadoff spot, he looks to push his hitting streak to 10 games and his double streak to 6 games. He takes a walk here in the first to start things off. We're still scoreless in the first in Baltimore. Full highlights coming your way tonight at 9 and 10. Well, it may have taken a while, but the Kansas City Royals are officially on a roll. The team has scored 7 or more runs in 5 straight games for the first time since 1979. It's only the 3rd time that's happened in team history, and to put that into perspective for this year, KC didn't score 7 or more runs in any of the team's first 36 games. Now, the hot stretch is more than 5 games, though. The team is averaging 10.8 hits and 6.1 runs per game over their last 14. That makes the pitcher's job a lot easier and led to a very solid run of late, as KC is 9-4 in June and have won 12 of their last 19. They look to keep things rolling out west in Los Angeles. Boys and Blues send Ian Kennedy to the mound opposite Jesse Chavez. First pitch from the City of Angels, set for 9:07. And a look now at how the two Missouri teams fare in the division standings. Cards sit only 4.5 back of the Brewers and 2 back of the Cubs, so not too big of a mountain to climb for the Redbirds. Then the Royals' recent stretch has brought them out of the cellar, tied with the Tigers at 4 back, only 2 back of the reigning AL champion Indians. And then there's the Twins holding down the division with a slim 2-game lead. Now, earlier this week, former Mizzou pitcher Max Scherzer became the 3rd fastest pitcher to reach 2,000 strikeouts in MLB history. Tonight, he's back in action, looking to add a few more to those to that record tonight against the New York Mets. Scherzer is currently ranked 2nd overall in the majors for strikeouts, 12 back of Boston's Chris Sale. Now, Washington Star currently holds a 7-4 record on the year with a 2.36 ERA. The game started just minutes ago. We'll keep you updated on Scherzer's performance into the night. Now, 1895 was not just a milestone year for the Cardinals, but it was also the first year for the U.S. Open. Now, while Grover Cleveland won't be roaming the greens of Erin Hills anytime soon, some other key names won't be making the first-round cuts either, coming later tonight. There's still a handful on the course as we speak, but here's the current U.S. Open standings through the second round. Currently, there's a four-way tie for first, but you'll notice no Jason Day, missing a first-round major cut for the first time since 2012. We'll have final standings at 9 and 10. And that's it for sports.
Wow, it's my 60th wedding anniversary. Of course, she's great by herself, but I'm much better when we're together. Just like seamless polymer siding and polymer windows, they are a perfect match. I'm going to celebrate by giving you a special discount with our Summer of Love sale. You can save on siding, you can save on windows, but for a short period of time, we're going to let you save on both. The more you buy, the more you save. Call now.
From border to border, town to town, field to field, the arch to the plaza, with 6 strong columns in between. Mizzou serves the Show Me State. You have got to show me.
And he's gone. Touchdown, Missouri. Here comes the heat again, and down he goes.
Make your fantasy a reality this season at Big Surf Water Park. Rocket yourself down Zambezi Falls. Enjoy a relaxing ride down the Lazy River. Or grab a tube and head down our Whitewater Rapids. You're sure to find fun for the whole family this summer, right at the Lake of the Ozarks.
It's a vacation within a vacation.
Get your tickets now at BigSurfWaterPark.com.
Jim Butler's shredding prices during their powerhouse summer. Fact, we are the #1 selling Silverado dealer with the best selection in mid-Missouri. So nobody delivers bigger volume discounts on new Chevys than Butler. We won't allow it. We'll cut the price, bump up your trade, whatever you want. If you're shopping for a Chevy, we're dealing big time. We stay #1 because we do deals the other guys just won't. Check MidmoPowerhouse.com and see for yourself.
Jim Butler is the Chevy powerhouse.
CPO is the way to go. And at Bob McCosh, select certified pre-owned Chevys, Buicks, and GMCs now have low interest rates for a very limited time. Plus, you get owner care, 2 years of free maintenance, 12 months, 12,000-mile bumper-to-bumper warranty, and 24/7 roadside assistance. Come see your savings at #1 Business Loop 70 Columbia and 24/7 at BobMcCosh.com. Chevrolet makes the certified car. Bob McCosh makes the certified difference.
Atkins has been around since 1925, and while, of course, many things have changed since then, there are a few things that haven't. We believe in the power of community, in the pride of home ownership, in making life easier for our clients. For almost a century, our business formula has been simple. Treat people right, be honest, exceed the customer's expectations. So far, so good. Oh yes, there's one other thing still true, even after all this time.
Should've called Atkins.
Compete for the gold at the 33rd Annual Show Me State Games the weekends of June 16th, July 21st, and July 28th. For details, visit smsg.org.
Here's a look at what we're following for KOMU-8 News at 10. Why a community is rallying around a woman and her goats.
And updates on the vigil for Army vet Cameron Carruthers in Cosmo Park. We'll have a live report at 10.
And if you're getting ready to head out the door tonight, our skies are going to be partly to mostly clear, still very warm and muggy out there for us. Temperatures should kind of hang around those middle and upper 80s. Strong to severe storms could be on the way anytime after the midnight hour tonight and into early tomorrow morning. Behind that, though, a very hot, very humid day for your Saturday. Top temperatures should be back into the middle 90s. We're going to be feeling anywhere from 105 to almost 110 in some spots tomorrow. So if you're going to be heading outdoors this weekend, be prepared, stay cool, stay hydrated.
Some sunscreen.
Yes.
Cardinals breaking my heart. I'd like to think it's the heat, but I think it's a deeper problem than that, unfortunately.
There you go. Well,
there we go. At least somebody's doing good. Somebody's doing good. That's our time for now, everybody.
On air, online, on Facebook, on Twitter, on the News app, and the Weather app. KOMU 8 News. Coverage you can count on.